But only because I had a child.
Okay.
But
Congratulations.
she, she didn't stop me. She wanted a baby.
Right.
She's my inspiration. No matter why I keep on. Dreams only dreams when you're sleeping on them and not making nothing happen.
I heard that. So what got you into music anyway? Like what motivated your mind to pursue this type of lifestyle?
Growing up, I have a lot of family members that are very talented, and they raised me around music. They also keep it real with me. So the things that I went through in life, I also became wiser and changed my performance in music, my delivery in music.
So your life experiences affected your expression through music?
Yes.
Right on.
I choose to talk about things that people can relate to.
Right. And
I want to make a difference in this world. I might be an R&B singer and a hip-hop artist, but I also want these kids to have a real role model.
Right. So you look at yourself as more than just being a particular artist and performer. You actually look at yourself as being a role model.
I think I'm a R&B hip-hop prophet.
Okay.
I might not always talk about, religion in my songs, but I'm never going to forget about God.
But you're spiritually rooted.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got to make sure I recognize the streets, the kids, let them know that don't be afraid to overcome your past.
Right.
Whatever your parents did in their past that does not affect you as a person.
Right.
Because a lot of people like to use that as an excuse. My father wasn't there, my mother wasn't there, so I'm going to run away. I'm going to fail school,
Yeah.
I didn't have my days where I didn't had good grades, and then it went bad.
Right.
And I couldn't. I tried. I'm not going to say I did it. I tried to blame it on my father not being there, but then I said, I want to be better than that. I want to show my parents that I can be strong and I can still make things happen regardless of what the past was.
Right on.
QueenMaZine, you really are amazing.
Yes, that is very impressive. And let me ask you a question, Ms. Queen. Now, when I look at the situation of our youth right now, everyone says that that there's nothing for them to do. That they need more activities, and so they come up with these little programs like Club KC or whatever. This little passive. It seems to me like things to pacify the kids. To keep them quiet, for a brief moment, so that they're distracted from all the things that are important. What do you think that the youth right now could be the most beneficial for them to be engaged in right now?
Coming together, I think. It's a lot of people out here that are trying to build a foundation.
I like that response. Come together. You hear that, everybody out there? If you have a young person, if you're not a young person or whatever, just wake a young person up and tell them, hey man, you need to start coming together with your youth group and your peers and start to make a difference. Because like you just said, that's togetherness and that unity that definitely has power. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And it's also about what the society is showing us on TV, movies, and they showing us to fight each other. Just go at war at each other when they need to be saying, hold each other's hands, pull up the pants, get into the book,
And they're facilitating.
Pull up your pants.
Yeah.
Now we keep hearing this pull up your pants. Now what is it? Now we know that, me sagging my pants, there's no direct relationship between me sagging my pants and me counting my money, or me sagging my pants and me saying hello. So tell me, so what's the deal with the sag?
the sagging pants,
come on, Queen, get up.
Be a leader,
Right.
You see somebody do it in a video and you think it's cool.
Right.
They're not cool. They're insecure about themselves until they're following somebody else who sagged their pants. Be a leader, and pull up the pants. Show them that, okay, I don't have to be cool with my pants down. I'm cool with my pants up.
I get what you're saying, but I heard a very convincing argument the other day. A young man was giving, or he was presenting why he, sagged his pants, and it was basically that same scenario of an older person trying to tell him to be a leader and pull up your pants, and he's like, Well, I am being the leader, because first of all the older generation tells us to pull up our pants. So you're just being another follower. And so by actually me sagging my pants, I'm actually being an individual standing out on my own, and I'm being a leader. But I understand what you're saying, because in my opinion, the sagging of the pants communicates something, and to me, it communicates that really you don't care, that to a certain extent, somewhere in your psychology, you have lacked the ability to be concerned about what it is that people think of you and what it is that you're actually communicating to society as a whole. Now, I'm one of those individuals. Sometimes there are points in my life where I have said, bleep you, I do not care what it is that you say about me, I'm going to go forward with this, and this is how I'm going to do it, this is me. And there are definitely times where I'm like, you know what, I don't want people to take this perception of me, and I don't want people to see me in this type of light, so I'm going to think about what it is, that I act upon or that I do to not give this false impression. So in my mind, I think that to a certain extent, if you're sagging your pants, if you don't care about, maybe education, you definitely don't care about degrees that's, flying up your butt at the moment. But, that's really what it is. But I wanted to ask you something, Ms. Queen. Your music, you said that you want people to learn from your music, or you want the youth to be able to get some substance from your music. How did that come about? Of course, you have these artists or entertainers, they go the other route where they're just worried about, making some money and making the cheeks clap and or having a good jam up in the club. What made you want to infuse a message in your music?
Things that I've been through and seen others go through in my family. And then I looked at the artist. I was a kid, and I was on TV. I was like, I want to be famous too, Then I grew up, and I'm like, hold on. I became more observant, and I'm like, what they're doing is not really that cool. Why do you have to show all that just to get sales?
Right.
I want to be a woman to present herself, have respect for myself, so other girls can grow up having respect, because I look at all these kids. I'm very big on bringing kids together. I like to choreograph, like dance.
Right.
So I like to bring the girls together, and I'll talk to them. I'll be honest with them. I'll tell them I'm not perfect. I didn't do things,
And how do they respond? Are they listening? Do you get a good response from them?
Yes, they listen, because I'm funny. But I let them know that I am older than you, so I want you to listen, because I told my mother, yeah, you told me so.
Right.
I have to say thank you to her and all the women in my family that tried to tell me things before, because
congratulations.
when they go through things, it's really true that they know more,
Right.
They only look out for the best interest in your life,
And I was reading something yesterday too. When you teach people from experience, when